Fremennik region has always been one of the most iconic areas in old school RuneScape, known for its legendary questlines, its scattered islands, and some of the most nostalgic gear in the entire game. It's a region that feels unique, different to anything else you can pick. But in leagues, things aren't that simple. When you're region locked and your count is pushed far beyond the main game, does Fremennik actually hold up? Or does it start to fall behind compared to the stronger regions? So in this video, we're going to break down everything Fremennik has to offer. The gear, content, tasks, and whether it's actually worth your pick, or if this is a region that desperately needs a buff. Let's take a look at some of the notable content within the Fremennik area. To start with, you're going to get access to the Lunar Spellbook, which provides some niche use spells to help your league's journey. On top of this, you'll also be able to use the Blast Furnace, which will be run by dwarves, and you'll be given ice gloves with this region. Fremennik also allows access to managing miscellanea, which can be a fantastic option for gathering resources without needing to take away time from your actual league's tasks. There's also the Snowy Hunter area, Relica Agility course, and House Portal, and a new herb patch in Weiss. Probably the most notable content in the early game for this region is the Fremennik Slayer dungeon, with some key mobs like Cuirass, Turos, and Jellies to add some unique tasks to your Slayer task list. Moving to the late game content in this region, you'll have the Dagonoth Kings, which are more of a mid-game PvP option, but will offer some minor upgrades. You'll also have access to Basilisk Knights for their iconic jaw drop, and then you have Vorkath, the Phantom Musper, and finally Duke, all of which are certain to have some high point tasks in this region with kill count, uniques, and combat achievements. So what gear upgrades can you get in this region? Well, early game, you've got the Berserker, Archer, and Farseer helmets, as well as the Nader's Knot helmet as a good tribrid option. There's also the Leaf-bladed sword and battle axe available, and the Brine Saber, which is effectively a slightly better rune scimitar. You also have access to the Seercull, Mud Battle Staff, and Dragon Axe, on top of Wrath runes from Vorkath, which can be used for surge spells in the normal spellbook. The only other place that they can be obtained in this league is in Kandarin. Vorkath also drops a wide variety of bolt tips, which could also be useful. Moving to the endgame, and the Dagonoth Kings are going to drop you the Berserker, Archers, and Seers rings, all of which provide modest bonuses in their respective styles. From the Musper, you're going to have access to the Venator Bow, Ancient Scepter, and Saturated Heart. Then there's the Nader's Knot Face Guard from the Basilisk Knights. Back to Vorkath, and you have the Dragonfire Ward and Dragonfire Shield, both available from his Visage drops. Then moving to Duke, who offers the Magus Ring, which will be your best in slot magic ring, as well as the standard Desert Treasure 2 boss drops of Virtus and the Soul Reaper Axe. In terms of best in slot, you're really only getting access to the Desert Treasure 2 uniques and the Saturated Heart. Everything else is going to be easily outclassed by gear in other areas. So the gear is a little underwhelming, but what about the tasks in this area? Well, you can expect your usual diary completions and some early quests such as Throne of Miscellanea. There are also some very easy tasks for defeating some low-level mobs such as trolls, yaks, pyrofiends, brine rats, which will help you unlock your other regions and relics quite quickly. Looking at the harder tasks for the region, and you can expect to see kill count tasks for each Dagonoth King, combat achievement and KC tasks for Vorkath, as well as KC, combat achievement, and unique tasks for Duke and the Phantom Musper. While this region does have some more time-consuming tasks with RNG-based drop tasks and also high KC for bosses like Musper and Duke, it does have a good distribution of tasks that you can complete in the mid-game, and doesn't lock you behind endgame raids content like some of the other more powerful regions. After considering everything Fremennik has to offer, here are my final thoughts. Well, it's okay, but it's not great. You're not likely to be using much of the gear from this region outside of the first couple weeks, and tasks for some of the higher tier boss can feel a little grindy for not much work. What Fremennik does offer though is a decent support region option with rings for each style, some solid Slayer tasks that also have superiors for chasing that imbued heart, and not to mention the resources you'll stack up over time from managing Miscellanea if you take this region early. Realistically, this region is going to heavily rely on the Echo boss and rewards again to push it above others. Overall, prior to knowing the Echo rewards, I'd give Fremennik a C rating. It's not going to ruin your league's experience, but it doesn't add enough for me to put it into those higher tiers. We're down to our final few regions with only a little over 2 weeks until the release of League 6. Do you think Fremennik needs a buff? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to help plan your league's region routes.